Hello people who cannot sit at home, thank you so much for being here. This video I want to dedicate to all of the amazing things that you can do in the summer. I will show you specific locations of course, but the goal of this video is to show you what things you, in my opinion, must do each summer. So it doesn't matter which summer you're watching this at, but you have to do all of these. I think this is going to be 7 things. So let's go. Let me show you what I think you must do each summer. For me personally, one of the coolest things that you can do in summer is some kind of a water trip. For example, kayaking. Over here we're at the Riverview Kayaking, which is a very lovely family-run business. They're sort of in Port Perry area, and you can rent a kayak from I think as low as $30 per hour. They have a bunch of different rates that you can look on their website. I'm going to link it down below. We enjoyed it so much. They have sort of like a pond in front of them, but then they have a river, so you really get to experience both. There's tons of different animals. Over there's a beautiful bird. They also have a sunset paddle if you would like to do this more towards the evening. And here's their website, riverviewkayaking.ca, and I'm going to link it down below as well. Another really cool thing to do that sort of relates to kayaking is Canoe Museum of Canada. First of all, you need to check out the actual museum. It is amazing. The entry fee $20 right now. Such an amazing museum, very beautiful. They did such a great job. You can even sit in a tent over there and watch a bunch of kayaking videos. So nice. And of course you learn about the history of the Indigenous people's contribution and Canadian history in general. But what they have is outside, they have a group canoe tours. Do give them a call to learn about that, and they also rent out kayaks, individual kayaks, if you would like to do that, also for very reasonable price, something like $25 per person for the kayak. Another amazing thing that we have actually just recently done is we have rented a boat. Now you can rent a boat with a driver if you don't have anybody who has a boating license, but we actually, in my family, my brother is the boat captain, so we are very lucky. Though it's not very hard to get the boating license. I did a whole video about this experience just a week before, so I'm gonna link it down below if you want to check it out more in detail. So it's basically a whole day experience. We usually rent a pontoon boat. It's the most stable, most kind of like beginner, and we like it. It's good for from 6 to 10 people, though I suggest maybe from 6 to 8 people, so it's not too many people. And we spend the whole day on it. We swim, we drive around. Many lakes, many marinas offer pontoon rentals, and usually the price per person, and it depends how many people go with us on this trip, it's from $80 to maybe $150 for a day. And if you really don't want to rent anything or do much, you can buy this package from Viator. This is Niagara Falls tour from Toronto with Skip the Line boat cruise. I've never done this, but I have heard a lot of good things about this tour. They essentially pick you up, drive you there, you do the boat tour, you enjoy the Niagara Falls. Very cool. So the next very much summer thing I suggest you do is the U-pick. Over here we were just picking up Haskap berries. They are unfortunately already out for the season. It was such a cool experience. That was at the Buzzling Bee Adventure Farm. I'm gonna link them down below. You have to go there next year. Another must-do U-pick experience is going for raspberry picking. Right now is actually the raspberry season. If you're watching this right now in the middle of July, we went to Oragnics Farm. They're located in Markham, really lovely farm. The entry was $16, but that $16 gets you this 1-liter container of raspberries. We got 3 just in case we wanted to get more. At the farm, they had 3 or 4 varieties that I could tell are different. These ones are like the nicest ones, the sweetest ones. They also had like a lighter color, almost pink color, and then they had a really dark color. Dark color was actually even sweeter. And pro tip, whenever you're picking, make sure to go back into your container and see if there's any bad ones and just throw them out, because you only want to take the good ones for home. Also, kind of at the end of August, you have peaches, plums, and pears. For those, you have to go to Niagara region area, specifically Cherry Avenue Farms are amazing. By the way, always make sure to check them out online or their Instagram for the updates on the timing. You don't want to show up there and they don't have whatever it is that you're looking to pick. There are so many other farms in the Ontario area that have the U-pick option. I absolutely love it. It's such an experience for me, especially in the summer. Another thing you have to do in the summer is to glamp. I mean, you could, of course, camp if that's your thing. Actually, the place over here, so this is Otter Pointe Resort. These guys are so lovely. They are located in North Bay. What is unique about these guys is that, first of all, they are such lovely people. I really want to support people that are amazing. So I did go here because they invited me here, but also they were just so lovely and so nice. They also have a number of animals. I'm going to show them in a second. And another unique thing about this specific Otter Pointe resort is that they actually have a number of places for simply for camping. So if, for example, some of your party is okay to camp, you can book a camping spot. And if some of your party wants to glamp, you can do the glamping, which I think is so unique. And by the way, North Bay has so many cool things. I did a whole video about North Bay. I'm gonna also link it down below. And also these guys have a gorgeous view of the lake. They're pretty much right on the lake. And then they have the most coolest cats and dogs and lots of chickens. Another really cool thing is New York State trip. So I actually just came back from it. I'm gonna link it down below if you haven't seen it, and I loved it. I'm not saying there's not enough places in Canada. There is. It's just because I'm just so inspired after going there just recently that I feel like I need to inspire people to go here because it was such an amazing trip. So this is Watkins Glen. It's sort of like a canyon. I guess it's a glen, right? But it's sort of like a canyon and it's beautiful. There are 19 waterfalls. Such a cool experience, and it's only $10 for parking. Then on the trip we tried their garbage plate, which is kind of unique to the New York State, as I understand. Then there is also the Corning Museum of Glass, which was so amazing. I've never been to a glass museum that's so huge. There are demonstrations, so many beautiful things. And then we actually headed for Rochester, which is about 1 to 2 hours away from Watkins Glen area. And we stayed in a school. So this is an old school that they kind of reformatted into being lofts. This is called School 31 Lofts. I'm gonna also link it down below. They did such a cool job. I love this. This was such an inspiring trip for me. I adored it. And of course, Rochester is also quite an interesting city. Architecturally, there's also a gorgeous waterfall right in the middle of it. I'm gonna link down below the whole video about this if you're interested in this Rochester Watkins Glen trip. I don't think I'm going to surprise anybody, but one of the things that you must do in the summer is go to a patio, of course. So let me show you the unique patios that I want you to consider. This is Roost Cafe. This is located in King City, which is about, on a good day, half an hour from Toronto. On a bad day, it's an hour because of traffic. But what's interesting is that you go around and in there you see the beautiful backyard. By the way, tons of spaces. This place is very known for kind of its community feel. There's lots of families. It's pretty well known. So on the weekend, do prepare that it's going to be busy. But look at all of the details. This is sort of like a century home. It's definitely vintage, but it's done in a really lovely way. Like, for example, over here, that's the coat hanger, I think. So here's the kind of the main area. Again, very adorable. They are actually really well known for their food. You can definitely have brunch, lunch over here for sure. But what drew my attention is that they had bean brownie. So I ordered that and we ordered a couple of more drinks. Love the creative way that they displayed the menu over there. Very cool. And here is their patio. You can definitely go onto the backyard if you would like to, but there was a patio seat, so we kind of relaxed over there. And here's the brownie. It was so good. Did not taste like beans at all, just regular brownie, really yummy. And I also had a fruit iced tea. Definitely a lovely place to visit, especially in the summer. Silo Grill at Angus Glen Golf Club is another one of my favorite patios. It is just beautiful. It is a golf club, but you don't need to golf to go here and enjoy the patio and order something yummy. The food is always good. I've been here multiple times and the food never disappoints. So definitely brunch is great, lunch is great. They even have dinner. A lovely place with a beautiful view. Another place to consider for your summer patio is the Trail Hub. This is located in Uxbridge. It's, I understand, fairly newly opened. What they have is this gorgeous area with the most beautiful view onto the Durham region. This is actually the tallest point of Durham region, and you get to sit over here totally for free. But what they do have is a cafe. It's called Handlebar Cafe, and you can get a coffee and something sweet and just enjoy the view. Flower experience is another definite for the summertime. So of course right now, this is middle of July, the lavender is happening. I think maybe it's already kind of going down, though I know some of the lavender fields are still in full bloom. This is Noeb Lavender Farm. This is located in Niagara on the lake. Of course, link is going to be down below. Such a cool farm. The entry was only $5. I love that. And what's also amazing about these guys is that in the end of the season, sort of close to, I think this was filmed about end of September, they have a full-on pick your own flowers experience. It was also not very expensive. I think the whole basket was something like $10. Of course, the price is possibly going to change. They had such a good variety. They had a huge amount of zinnias and just overall different flowers that I don't even know the names of. It was such a joy to experience. And also they had some sunflowers. But speaking of sunflowers, there are a number of farms that do sunflower picking and sunflower photos. I know a lot of farms do sunflower fields, specifically Dixie Orchards has a really beautiful sunflower field. So I think treetop trekking is another cool idea, and of course it's best to do in the summer because it's in the trees, you're climbing, it's best that the weather is nice. We actually did this kind of late in the fall, which was still totally fine, and I enjoyed it so much. They take you step by step through the whole experience. Over here they just kind of explain everything to you. The explanation was about good 40 minutes to an hour, and then you do simple things, and then you go full on. You're like in the trees, you're climbing. In the beginning, it's a little bit intimidating and you're thinking, can I do this? But each time you complete it and you're like so happy with yourself, you're thinking, well, I can do the next one and I can do the next one. This was in Ganaraska location, but I think they have close to 5 or 6 locations in Ontario. All of them are unique and very cool. Everything, by the way, is really safe. There is like literally impossible for you to fall down because the carabiner is hooked on to the safety and it's fitted in a way that you cannot take it off. Like everything is, it's not possible for you to take it off. By the way, there are some people that were doing these high rope courses, and respect to them, but that will never be me. Another really cool thing to do in the summer is the animal experience. One of the places where I find a lot of animal experiences is actually Airbnb experiences. So when you go to Airbnb, click on the experience tab. For example, over here is the donkey experience. This I remember was sort of on the way to Tobermory. It was about 2 hours northwest of Toronto, but it was such a joy. Oh my gosh. So many donkeys, the babies, the mamas. You get to brush them, you get to interact with them. The lady who was the owner was so lovely. She explained everything. The price also was not very expensive. Over here is the brushing. It was the cutest thing. To me, any experiences with animals, no matter summertime or not summertime, is always such a joyful thing. So I love this. Another really good experience. I've already posted about it a few times, but I loved it so much that I feel like everybody should go. So this is Picnic with Alpacas. I think it's roughly $50 to $60 per person. It's best if you're in a group of like 2, 3, 4 people. They provide all of the snacks and food. You sit over there and the alpacas are all around you. They do not interfere. They do not steal your food. They don't care for human food. And if you would like to, they do provide you with the feed for alpacas so that you get to feed them. But that's at the end after you eat and everything, because you know you don't want to mix it all together. But what I loved also is that the food that they supplied was all local, very flavorful. Definitely enjoy supporting the locals. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what other things you love doing in the summer. Please subscribe, like, and share, and I will see you next time. Bye. That there's a brand new book, Free or Almost Free Ontario Destinations. It just came out. I'm very proud of it. There are 10 full day trips that are free or almost free. By almost free, by the way, I mean something that's under about $10-15. 88 one location trips. Very few of them have an extra fee, and 11 fun road games. In addition, I have my weekend getaway book that is for weekend getaways in spring and summer. I also have the fall winter day trips book and spring and summer also day trips book. These books are linked down in the description below, so check them out.